Good morning. Welcome to I Care, I Move, Move More Falls Prevention session. We are week 16 out of 24 or 25, depending if you count the intro week. So we are on, let me look, skilling up phase. So we've learnt the basics, unless you joined us recently, in which case just look at techniques and work around techniques and movements. And then we're just going to practice, make them a bit more useful, purposeful, improve techniques and our ability to do maybe more of them. So that's what skilling up means. So you become more confident, and then we add on a little bit more as well. So as always, I know some of you aren't feeling particularly great today, so you can watch, you can do some of it, just join in the bits that you feel you're able to. You can always sit down and have a rest at any point. Don't feel you have to do it. If you can come up to standing for a lot of it, then do that. You can always, again, you can always sit down at any point if it's too much. Make sure you've got inhalers, medication if you need it, a drink of water, and otherwise enjoy it. So let's sit forwards in our chairs. We'll come up to standing fairly soon, but I'm going to sit forwards in my chair. Feet are wide, forwards a little bit. You've got that lovely triangular wide base of support, even in sitting. And instead of slouching, let's think about posture. Lifting through the chest, shoulders back and down. Let's tuck the chin back, release. Tuck it back and release. And it helps to put your finger on your chin and then pull your chin away. You might say, why are we doing this? Well, it just stretches the back of the neck. And depending on how you sleep, or if you're doing a lot of work down or in front of you, we get a stretch through the back of the neck and our head hangs. And this just stretches into, oh, and I can really feel that. I can really feel it on one side particularly, where I need a big stretch in my neck. And I've told you before, I sleep like that. So, or like that, or here. So my neck is in extension. So it's good to pull back and come into those opposite movements. So let's take the head to one side. You can start lip pumping your heels, looking forwards, take an eye gaze to the other side, pumping heels. And pumping heels should be a bit more of a natural movement for you now. You should probably be doing it anyway. I'm a fidgeter, so my feet are always moving. But actually to start pumping your heels before we get moving is a really good thing. We know that it increases the circulation. We call the calves the second heart. So it's pumping the blood around your body, getting that lovely blood, your joints, your muscles, warm. Okay, let's opposite arms into that march. You all right, Nick? So just soft hands, so no kind of squeezing. This is just lovely, gentle movement, not gentle, purposeful, but thinking about swinging those arms, brushing your hands against your thighs, sideways, so not across your body. So down by your sides, relax those shoulders, drop your shoulders. I'm going to come up to standing. I can see some of you are already in standing, so good job. I'm going to come up, press your feet back, push up, march at the top. Come round the back of my chair. And carry on with your march. I'm going to move it out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. So, toe heel, that lovely foot placement, no flat feet. If you can. Am I in camera? Yeah. Ooh. Squeaky floor. Okay, feet wide. Coming into those movements through the body. We're going to lift those shoulders and lower them down. Smooth movements. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. So big shrug. So you're nice and still. We're not marching. Feet are wide. Lift. Press down. So hands, push your hands down And as you drop the shoulders, press those hands down, down towards the floor. And then lift up again, relax the hands, press down. Eye gaze is forwards. Knees are soft. Lovely. Thanks, Nick. Lift and lower. Lift. Should be a handle somewhere. No? Do you want me to do it? And then let's march again. Turn it off. March, march. Lovely, lovely. Okay, hold it there. Feet wide. Let's come into that shoulder circle. Lifting the shoulders slightly forwards, up, 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 back, back and down. Lovely, thanks. Up, back and down. Take your time with this. If it's crunchy, make it smaller. Hopefully it's not painful. But just getting lovely movement through the shoulders. And you can always practice this in as your homework, before your homework. Or if you're stiff and sore, if you haven't done any exercise, sometimes your joints and your bones get sore and stiff. So it's always nice to just move there and march again. Now I'm going to go back to this one that I learned somewhere else, and I've told them that I've pinched their little exercise, and it's a bit of brain gym. We did it a few weeks ago. So I'm going to tell you while we're marching, it's one shoulder forwards and one shoulder backwards, but we're going to stop. So feet wide. You're going to send one shoulder forwards. So maybe start with that one first, and then the opposite shoulder's going back. Can you do it? So one forwards, one back. It's a bit like one heel, one toe. And then we're going to go the opposite way. So the other one goes back and the other one goes forwards. Have you got it or not? What do you reckon? Yeah, I'm doing it. One forwards and one back. Oh, and then march. You can forget that one now. Let me know how you got on. Sometimes we just have to connect our brain with our body parts. It's a bit like marching with opposite arms when you're sitting down. Okay, you should be feeling a little bit warmer. Feet nice and wide, hands down by your side. We're going to take that little lean down by the side, slide in one hand down the thigh, and then the other hand either just sliding up a little bit, or you can lift that elbow. Do what feels best for you. Same in seated, just dropping the hands down by the side. You can do all of this seated or standing, or a mixture. Fab. Lovely job. And then march again. So none of these movements are fast. Remember that. It's more about the range of movement. So how big you make these movements later on and how confident you make them. Fab. Okay, ankles. One of my faves. So heel down, lift the knee, toe down. Same in seated. Heel, toe. If you've got a stiff ankle, do your best. Maybe squeeze the toes up and point the toes down. Point and flex. You can hold onto your chair and just press down. Keep this supporting knee nice and soft, slightly bent. And then we're going to change sides. So heel and toe, heel and toe, heel. Now I haven't done any exercise for a while and I can really feel that in my hips. So just saying, we need to move, don't we? And it's really easy to kind of, that's what I was just doing. I like locked my knee and my hip starts to stick out. And that's me being a bit lazy. So soften the knee, stand up tall, Lovely posture, eye gaze forwards. It makes all the difference, especially if you've got achy joints. Okay, back to your march. Are we feeling a bit warmer? I think we've got a couple more. So feet wide, hands across. You can hold your elbows or cross your arms or hands on the knee, thighs. So that little turn to one side, turn, or elbows relax. So arms down, knees soft. Lots of coaching points here. It means that we're working through the right part. We're working through the torso, the waist, just getting those lovely twists in, that rotation. If you're seated, it's this lovely movement, up and down, side to side. If you're behind a chair, same here. Here, hips stay forwards if you can. Okay, and then let's march again. And then one more, and we've done the circulation boost, your warm up. So feet wide, knees soft, our lovely hula hoop. And try and get as big a movement as you can. You need to bend your knees. And let's go in the other direction. So circle or half a circle forwards. It just stretches out, and then it mobilizes all those muscles around your pelvis, back of your pelvis, back of the hips, fronts of the hips. And opposite direction. And march again. So you should be nice and warm, ready to move on to our endurance section. So getting our hearts working a little bit harder. I know we've been doing a bit of Fartlek for the last couple of weeks. Let's see how it goes, shall we? So it's really important that you monitor how you feel. And we do that by, if we were in the same room, I'd say, Noreen, how are you feeling? You should say, I'm all right. You might be a little bit out of breath, but you could still speak to me. Not like, oh, I can have it now, not like really out of breath. In which case you might need to slow it down and make it smaller. And you shouldn't be just like, oh, it's lovely, thank you, having a lovely time. So somewhere in the middle, 0 to 10, about 5, 6, maybe 7 if you've been doing it a while. Okay, so we're going to step together. Now you can be behind a chair, by a worktop, anywhere. Now in the next couple of weeks, I'd like to get you on a bed or a sofa or something. I know we've done it before by sending you a video, but I'd like to have me and Helen doing it side by side so we can show you the options. But that's more floor exercises later on. Let me know what you think. So side to side, you could have your chair here, sliding your hands across, not kind of like, oh, lean in. So then we're going to start lifting the knee. Like that, step over. Remember, not speedy. So we're starting to work the bigger muscles in the body, which then works your heart more, which then makes you more out of breath. It increases your exercise tolerance, hopefully, which means then that you can go up hips, hills, stairs, all sorts, a bit easier. Or just doing your general day-to-day things without feeling so out of breath. Lovely. Okay, small heel lift. This is your recovery part. So you're just getting your breath back. No hands. If you wanted to, you could start adding arms in a minute. Okay. Lovely. How are we feeling? Are we okay? Good. Okay, into a lunge. So step forwards, land, press back, wide base of support, step, land, bend that front knee, step back. If you want to start small with just a step, you can. It's the same in seated. You're at the front of your chair, front third of your chair. You're leaning. You could even come into that staggered little bunny hop. If you're confident, if you're feeling this is okay, how about stepping a bit further forwards? If you've got your chair, make sure you're at that position where when I'm in that most further, that large step, make sure you've got something here to push if you need to. So what I don't want is you landing here and then you've got the chair behind you with nothing to support you. Yeah, here, yeah. Lovely. We're going to come back to this later, but not the same, slightly different. Lunges are great work. Thighs, so it's balance, a little bit of balance. You're on one leg here, most of your weight's on this leg. Your back heels lift, which is great for that. Getting on the floor. Using your thighs, your muscles in your bottom. Big movements. And we're repeating. Are you coming, just a little check, when you come back, are you coming to that wide base of support? Every time. Lovely. And then march, not march, heel lift. So there's a difference between a march. So this is your march. This is the heel lift. This is your recovery. We're just lifting, breathing, getting your breath back. Excellent. Lovely, lovely. Good. Okay, we're going to come into fartlek, but only a couple of rounds. And we're going to do the knee lift now. I'll count you in and I'll count you out. You need to make sure that you can breathe, that you've got enough energy. 20 seconds, that's all. Keep marching. Keep marching. Get the timer on. Let's go. Right, we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Just lift the knees one at a time. You can add in an arm or not. Not fast. You could take it really slow. If you're sitting, lie back, lean back, lift the knees. Okay, we're going to stop in 3, 2, 1. Small heel lift. No hands, no arms. Breathe. Notice how you feel. That score 0 to 10. If I said, how are you doing? Could you speak to me? We're just going to do one more round. So you decide whether you want to do it again. You want to just heel pump, or just do arms, or just do knees. You want to go halfway. You want to give it all you've got. It's up to you. You know how you feel. We're only doing 2 rounds. Okay, we're going to go in 3, 2, 1, and go. So if you've got lots of beans, lots of energy, get those arms up. Anything arms up above your head will make your heart work harder. Breathe. Make those big movements. Lovely. And 3, 2, 1. Slow. No arms. Just a heel lift. How's your energy levels? What is your score between a 0 and 10 now? Well done. You might be a 7, 8. You might be 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hopefully not a 1 or a 2. Lovely. Okay. Let's step together. So let's just bring your heart rates down safely. We don't ever want to stop right up there when you're kind of like out of breath. We need you to bring it down. It can make you feel faint, dizzy. Keep your fingers nice and soft, relaxed, relax shoulders. I was going to say that's the hard bit done, but actually for some of you, that's not the hard bit. For some of you, the balance bit is the hard bit, or the coordination of the Tai Chi, or the strength. We're all so different, aren't we? Lovely. Let's just do a little step forwards. Step forwards, alternating legs, wide, step, wide, step, forwards, come back wide, step, wide, forwards. So it's like a little rock, like a triangle. So I'm stepping out to the back of the triangle and then to the point of the triangle. Hopefully your breathing's becoming more normal. Feel free to hold on. This isn't balanced at the moment. Lovely. And then let's just step together. Step together. You can still be behind your chair. Oh, I'm still timing you. How do you feel? Notice your numbers. So what are your numbers? 0 to 10. This is your recovery. Okay, feet nice and wide. Into our sway. Our lovely sway. Lifting one heel as we sway one side. So opposite heel lifts. And then one arm only. Just pressing up. Fab. Lovely. No arms. Relax those hands again. Relax, relax. And then just come into that heel lift. As we then think about moving into balance, feel free though to grab a drink of water. You can have a sit down if you need to, but we are going to stay standing for balance. Okay. So let's start with our lovely flamingo, single leg. We practice this at home, you know. We had a conversation this morning. Take the foot back. Have your support by you. And either press down with the whole hand. You could have two hands. One hand, fingers, one finger, hover. If you're sitting, lift that leg in front or pop that front foot on top. Count. So we're going to slide that heel back. Stand tall. Tuck the bottom under. Big toe, second toe. Step wide if you need to. I was rubbish then. That's fine. Let's go again. So toes spread out, big toe, second toe. Slide that foot back, knees are level. Lift the foot, relax the toes, eye gaze forwards, pull everything in, bottom under, relax the shoulders, breathe. Is that better? When you're ready, that compensatory step out, make you steady, safe, ready to go in any direction if you needed to. Should we do it again? I really love this. I really love the flamingo stand. I think we can measure it ourselves. We can measure it at home. We can measure it for you. And it's so good. It's balanced. It's single leg standing. It's strength. We're working through these bones. Ooh. Think about all those points. Especially if your ankle's wobbly, put the big toe, focus the weight through the big toe, second toe. Breathe. Don't hold your breath. When you're ready, big step out. Compensatory step. You're compensating for that wobble. How was that? Have a wiggle. And we're going on the other side. Okay. So big toe, second toe. Toes are spread. Soft knee. Foot back. Pull the belly in. Bottom tucks under. Shoulders back and down. Eye gaze forwards. I look at the lovely tree. Lift the heel. Breathe. Think of something nice. Going for a nice walk on the beach. or in the field, or maybe not, it's a bit muddy, there's water everywhere. When you're ready, big step out, compensatory step. How's that feel, that side? One side might be really not as good as the other side. That's normal. That's absolutely normal. Let's go again. And sometimes it's not the side you think it would be stronger. So all those pointers, relax. Do you do this when you're brushing your teeth? Making a cup of tea? In a queue somewhere? Big step out when you're ready. Lovely, fabulous. Oh, have a wiggle. Let's go to the swing. Now, other leg. So starting with that first leg. So I do the swing, swinging through. So it's like you've got same principles. You're brushing something off the bottom of your shoe. You're swinging that knee up through. You're swinging from the hip. You're keeping your body facing forwards. If you're sitting, it's a bit difficult. Try it standing. Even if it's not now, try it standing when you are standing up. Let go if you want to, try it. Kind of get into the swing of it. Step out, always that compensatory step. Let's swap sides. So you might have noticed we did it a little bit longer. Honestly, practice, practice. All those same points. Toes spread, knees soft, belly in, bottom under, eye gaze forward, shoulders relaxed, knees level to start with, and then let's swing. So hips stay facing forwards. Your feet kind of cling on to your shoes or the floor. Swinging up, swinging back. Helen likes to do a scooter. I prefer this. When you're ready.
I love a scooter.
Swing. I like a swing. Oh, are we all right? Do you like that one? I quite like that one. You? Is it challenging? Is it because you don't feel very confident? Yeah, standing on one leg. And I had a lady and she's like, I can't stand on one leg. And I keep telling you this, and she walks. So if you can walk, unless you shuffle, you're standing on one leg. Okay, so we're going to just practice a little bit of something else. So we've been lunging, but now we're going to step over something, and we step over things sideways. We're going to step over something in front of us. Imaginary. So I've stepped away from my chair so that when I step over, I can hold my chair. And actually what I've just done straight away is I've come into a narrow stand, and that immediately feels really unsteady. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is step out and still have that kind of wider base of support. From here, we're going to reach. Then we're going to bring that foot back and into that wide base of support. We're going to stay on one side just because of your support, whatever you're holding on to. So you're going to lift over, you're going to step over your cat. He's just done something, or dropped something, brought a mouse in. Luckily, I don't have cats. Bring it up, so you're upright, and then we step back, land. Go again, so up and over. Reach, not down to the floor, just forwards a little bit. Come back up, lift back. Keep going. If you're sitting, you can still step forwards and then reach. Same principle. How does that feel? So you can reduce your support. Some of you might feel okay to just reach without holding on. Some of you might need 2 chairs. You might need to be between a table and a chair, for instance. And then come back and hold it there. Just lift your heels a little bit, because that's quite hard work. That's still using those muscles that we use kind of in endurance and strength. And we're going to move to the other side, bearing in mind that we've probably got one side better than the other, stronger, more mobile than the other side. So start small if you need to. So remember that chair is forwards. My outside leg is the one that's stepping over. And then I'm going to reach. I'm going to pull it back up so I'm upright. And then I press up and back. And go again. Up and over. If you don't want to reach, just do the step forwards. Do what works best for you. I'm going to come back even more. Step. Remember that slightly wider step. Reach. That back heel just naturally lifts up. So let it do that. Don't overthink it. Back. Let's just do a couple more. Does it feel better one side than the other? Is it equally as easy or equally as hard? Okay. And again, just lift the heels. Lovely job. Okay. We're going to do some lovely, everything's lovely in my world, some lovely toe and heel walks. Now you can do it on the spot. If you're sitting, you can just do it in seated at the front third of your chair. If you're standing, you could do it on the spot. I find I can't stay on the spot, so I'm going to walk. We're going to do heel lifts first, so feet a little bit wider. Posture check. Try it by your chair first. Lift the heels, lower down. Just get that feeling. Spread the toes out. Lift, and then we're going to walk. 1, 2, 3, 4. Together, down. Lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Together, down. And again. 4, 3, 2, 1. Together. So that's 5 really. Down. I'm just sneaking an extra one in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Can you lead with your other foot? 4, 3, 2, 1. So I naturally start with my right foot. It doesn't matter. It's just good to think. 3, 2, 1. Down. Up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Last time. 4, 3, 2, 1. Down. Stay by your chair. Take one foot back. Put the heel directly behind and then lean into that front leg. If you're sitting, take your foot long, lift the toes. Just stretch out those calf muscles. Otherwise, you'll be cursing me tomorrow when you're coming up or down the stairs, or you can feel your calf muscles being a bit squeaky. Let's change sides. Heel down right behind the foot, not tucked in. Have a look. Otherwise, you're not stretching out your calf. Lean forwards into that movement. Fab. Come back up. Okay. Now we're going into a toe lift, a heel walk. So penguins. Bend the knees. Try it just staying still. Same in seated. Lift the toes. And then just
Penguins.
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 They're not penwings.
They are if you're from Welsh Wales.
No. They're penguins. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet down. Lift the toes. Hold on if you need to. This is the one I can't do on the spot. So let's walk. 3, 2, 1. Down. 4, 3, 2. You can even walk backwards. See how you feel. 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you feel it in your feet? 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop there. I can feel that right at the front of my foot. It's quite a big movement, quite a large movement in the front of the feet. So hopefully it wasn't too uncomfortable. Are you warm? Yes. Well done. That's your balance done. Good work, team. So we're going to go into our strength, but I want to just stay here. I just want to stay standing for a moment and do some press ups. Now, we don't have a wall, a functional wall within camera shot. So I'm going to use my chair. I've done it before with you a couple of weeks ago. So same movement as we've just done. So stand at your chair take one foot back. Grab your hands, wrap your hands around the edge of your chair if you can. Bend that front knee, so your weight is now through that front foot, but take your weight through your hands. And then elbows are pushing out to the side. I'll show you face on in a minute. And then we're going to use the strength in our hands, arms, chest to press up and lower down slowly. Let me show you face on. So your weight is forwards. If you've got a wall, feel free to do it against the wall. Big press up, lower down. And because my weight is forwards, it's here. If I'm against the wall, press, lower down, big press off. Okay, that weight is forwards. In seated, you can press hands together, heels of hands together. But if you can stand when you get a moment against a wall or a chair, you could even press down here. So looking at building, keep going, building bone strength by pressing wrists, elbows, arms, shoulders, and then step in, and we're going to do the other side. So we're going to take the other foot back, and then we're going to move our hands in. So hands are narrow. If you're against the wall, hands are narrow. And we're going to take our weight into that front leg, and keeping the elbows tucked into your side, you're going to just let your body come closer. Your chest comes to the chair, and using the strength in your arms, press against the hands and press your body off, keeping those elbows tucked in. If you're sitting, it's that lovely tricep press on the chair here, taking your band back here. That movement with a band or a tin, elbow lifts. Lovely. Fabulous. Keep going. Keep going. Lovely for strength. And what does this remind you of? Those movements when we're pressing down to get ourselves off the floor, lowering down, pressing off the floor, pressing off the bed. Step back in, and then we're going to sit with your bands. Please. Okie dokie. Come to the front third of your chair. If you haven't got a band, a tin, a pair of tights, or something that or you can use your own body weight by pressing or pulling. Can you feel that in your wrists, your hands? Let's do legs. So feet are forwards, together. So great posture. We're going to lift the heels as we pull, as we slide the band underneath your thighs. As you lift up, drop the heels. Then we're going to take the band over. We'll let it just drop at the side. Other band goes over. And then you literally put your hands on the band. You don't grip or wrap the band around your fingers. Then we walk the feet out and go back a bit. Pull it a bit tighter if you want to. And then we take the knees out, out, out. Hold it for a second, in, in. So working the outer thighs, the inner thighs, the hips, the backs, the bottom. Actually, you're working the core muscles if you're sitting upright. Pull the belly in, relax the shoulders, eye gaze forwards. Breathe, so don't hold your breath. Lovely. If you need to make it harder, you could even double up your band. You don't have to. So we're going to hold it out this time. We're going to do tiny little pulses, tiny little presses. If you need to walk your feet out a little bit more, you can do to make it harder. You might go, I can't feel that. There's lots of things we can do. You can add on these presses and then relax. Let it go. Whew. We're going to do one more. So let's reset. So let's make that band a little bit tighter. You adjust it how you like it. Let's walk those feet out. And let's take the knees out and in. And did you know that penguins have knees? We looked it up one day. We were like, when we were talking about penguins, what does
Penguins.
what are they? What is it?
Penguins.
Penguins without a G.
Are you mocking me because I'm
No,
Welsh?
not at all.
All right, okay. I'm
Not at
watching
all.
you.
Yeah, it's all right. I was watching what you did last week. Okay, hold it out. Press, press. Keep that lovely posture. Tendency here to go, oh, I can feel it now. I'll just slouch a bit and stop breathing. Keep breathing. Oh, 4 if you can manage it. 3, 2, 1. Knees in. Walk the feet in. Oh, relax. Breathe. Lovely. How are we doing? Oh. Yeah, let's just do, I know we've done wrists. Actually, let's do the other leg one. I like the leg one. So, because we've done quite a lot of wrist work, bone loading. Band goes under the arch of the foot. Walk your hands down to hold the band about knee or lower than your knee. See how you feel. See how you go. You can always make it longer to start with. Lift up, hold the band. Relax the shoulders down, back and down. Now you need to be at the front third because you need to be able to straighten your leg here. So we're going to lift that knee, press that heel down towards the floor, squeeze the thigh, lift the knee, drop it back down, relax. How did that feel? Lift, anchor the hands on the hips, press down, lift the knee, drop down. Now breathe in and out. Don't hold your breath. And down. This next one, we're going up and down. We're going to keep going. Lift and press, lift and press. If you're sitting, you're all sitting, aren't you? You could actually sit back a bit if you want to, if it's because you might feel it squeaking in the front of your hip. And then lift and lower down, and let's change sides. Fab. Adjust. Put the band under. Remember, when we lift, we anchor that band on the hips. Press away, squeeze the thighs. Lift, lower, drop down. Lift, anchor, press away. Lift, drop down. Lift, press. This time, I'm going to hold it here. We'll go 6, 5, squeeze the thighs. Breathe. 4, 3, big squeeze. Can you do 2 more? If not, stop. Last one. And lower, unhook. Get rid of your band. Moving into Tai Chi. And then relaxation. And we'll do more backward chaining next week. Oh, we could do a little bit. We could do 2.
Do it. Do it.
Do it. Right, we'll run through a little bit. So we're going to run through the hip walk, stand up, step away, turn, hello chair, grab, knee drop, straighten, feet in, pump, stand, pump, turn. Sit down if you want to, or go again on the other leg. We'll just whiz through it. Okay, let's go. If you're up for it. If you're just sitting today, hip walk, bunny hop, do some presses, stand, pump, step away, turn. This is not fast, okay? Don't rush. Strongest leg, hello chair, grip the chair, wiggle the foot back, knee drop, straighten. If you wanted to drop it down to the floor, you can. If not, just 3 or 4 noodle knee bends. And then we're going to bring that foot back in, pump. You can always use your legs to stand. Pump your heels, turn around, feel the chair behind both your knees, press the bottom back and sit down. You can always have a rest here. We're going to go again. This time you're going to think other leg, hip walk. How are you doing sitting down? You've got lots to do here. Press, heel pump. If you're sitting, you could lunge. So step away, turn around. Your other leg, so your weaker leg, big step to that chair leg, hands grip, strong arms, strong shoulders. Wiggle that foot up, back and away, drop that knee. Either just lower it. Remember what I said a couple of weeks ago about stretching the front of that thigh. It might take you a few weeks to just get that feeling that it's okay to get down there. You might not be able to get down. So practice with a stool, a couple of cushions. Then we're going to bring that foot back in. Heel pump, hands up the thighs, pump at the top, get your sea legs, take a turn around, keep breathing. Feel the chair behind your knees, take your time, send your hips back and rest. Ooh, good work. You can practice this at home. We've been sending this out to you. So please practice because we will be doing it every week now in some way. We need you to be doing this in your own time as well. Okay, Tai Chi, I'm going to stand. You can stay seated, especially if you've done enough for today. But it's great for balance, great for coordination. Have a chair in front of you if you want. Feet come wide. Relax shoulders, relax the knees. Fingertips come together and lift up to the chest. As you breathe away, hands come down. You might just need to adjust your feet. You can do it in seated. Take your feet forwards if you're in seated. Just a slow up and down. Lovely. Okay. So both hands are going to come to one side. One hand lifts, the other stays low, and they both go across the body. Top hand drops, bottom hand lifts, and they both go in the same direction. They just swap at the side, and that top hand is always just in front of your eyes. So you could look into the center of your palm. Knees bend as you come to one side. In seated, feet are really lovely and wide. Don't worry too much about the breath, but it should be quite slow and almost matching these movements. Lovely. Come to center. Feet come in a little bit. We're going to lift up and we're going to press to a diagonal and we're going to step away. We're going to lift, step wide. Lift, step the other foot away, press away. Lift, center. Lift, press away. Lift, center. Press. So just add in some movement to the hands. We lift, we press and step in the same direction. We pull back, settle. Lift and press. Lift, reset. It can be small. It can be seated. Okay, hold it here, lift. Fingers, thumbs, press to me so you have a diamond. So 4 fingers and thumbs, Press to me as you breathe out. Last one. Okay. Hands come in, feet come in. Little pump if you need to. We're going to come into seated, so come to the front of your chair. Sit down properly. Feel the chair. Breathe. Into relaxation. Oh, we haven't done stretches. Oh, blimey. I'm getting carried away. Let's just stretch arms. We've done a little calf stretch. Let's do arms and legs. So take one foot away. We'll stretch the back of the thighs. So come to the front third of your chair. Toes up to ceiling. Walk the foot out. Hands on the thighs, not on the joints, on the thighs. Remember that lift and over gives you a lovely, lovely stretch. All right into the back of the thigh, the knee. Breathe, don't hold your breath. Head is neutral, so you tend to be looking about 45 degrees down at the carpet or whatever you've got there. And then let's swap sides. Other foot. Lift up and over. Ooh. Breathe. Lovely. And then feet wide. Hands. Let's take one hand to the shoulder, walk those hands, fingers down towards the center of your shoulder blades, give it a little nudge if you need to, and then lift up through the chest. Feet wide, walk them out, arm comes up and then over your head. Oh, reach, and then down and out. Other side, hand to the same shoulder, walk, wiggle those fingers down to the center. Lift through the chest, gives you a bigger stretch. And then hand up and over and round through. Let's send the hands over the knees, round the spine, tuck the chin, pull the belly into the back, into the spine. A big cat curl, we call this, if we were on all fours. You could do this on the bed. And then lifting up, hands into the lower back. Squeeze the elbows towards each other, just lift the chin slightly. Excellent. And then sit back. I'll let you sit back now. Feet wide still. And just close your eyes. Take a moment to focus on your breath. Take a long breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Keep going, just a couple more times. Lovely. And just breathe normally. Just notice your body, your feet flat on the floor, or not. If you've got your feet out, that's fine. Notice your toes, your insoles, your insteps, not your insoles, your insteps, your heels, ankles, tops of feet, muscles in the calf, the shins, around the knees, the kneecaps, the thighs, the bottom, around the belly, pelvis, lower back. Almost making a circle around the waist, underneath the bottom of the ribs, circling around under the armpits and then over the shoulders, circling down the arms, noticing any tightness, any tension, any discomfort, or actually, do you feel pretty good? Do you feel mobile, relaxed, warm? Around each of your fingers and thumbs, and then back up the arms, around the neck, the chin, nose, cheeks, circling around the head, the skull, around the eyes, over the ears. And then all the way back down again in your own time, noticing, feeling, relaxing each part or those parts of the body that feel maybe sore. Relaxing down through the shoulders, taking that tension away, making a fist with both hands and then releasing. Crunching the toes up, releasing. Taking a breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, opening the eyes. Have a big stretch if you want to. It's always good to stretch and give yourself a round of applause. Well done for joining us on week 16. You've worked really hard. Hope you can see the progression that you've made. Write it down. It really helps for you to notice, and we can see it on screen when you're adding in arms and making bigger movements. Let us know. Send us an email. Send us a message. Join us again next week. Go and drink lots of water. Keep moving, and we'll see you again next week. Thank you.